Stop donating sets. If you're going broke in Corrupteds, I've got 5 budget builds that actually win, starting from 100,000 to 500,000. So pick your budget, copy the build, and start multiplying silver. What's good, y'all? It's Ecstasy, Albion mobile builds, and PvP guides. And quick disclaimer, prices are approximate because the market moves. Here's how this video works. I'm giving you 5 builds at 5 price points. For each one, I'll show you what makes it win, some weapon alternatives, the quick spell setup, and the simple game plan. And stick around because the 500,000 build is the one I recommend if you want the highest win rate without spending millions. If you want more copy/paste builds that actually work on mobile, hit subscribe. This is exactly what I post. Alright, build number 5, the 100,000 set. This is the lowest cost build on the list that I was still able to win consistently with. And remember, at this price point you don't need to win 10 fights. You literally win once and you've already multiplied your money. On screen, I'm also going to show an alternate chest option, since soldier armor is getting nerfed soon, and a couple weapon swaps if you have higher spec. At this budget, I think broadsword is the most consistent. It's simple, it sticks to people, and it wins the type of fights we actually want at 100,000. For spells, first Q, fourth W, and first passive, you're going to be auto-attacking a lot, so this setup just gives you the most reliable value. And if you want swaps, first W or third W can also work depending on matchup. Your win condition is simple. You want brawly matchups. You stay on top of them, spam your abilities on cooldown, and you out-sustain with your armor. And soldier boots are perfect here, because they help you stick in the brawl, but they also give you an escape option if you get a matchup that's basically impossible at this budget. Now, 100,000 is the get in and profit tier. But the 200,000 build is where you start feeling way less undergeared. Alright, build number 4, the 200,000 set. This one is basically the 100,000 game plan, but with a few upgrades that make it feel way more consistent. Upgrade number 1, we can afford a Thetford cape. And that matters because at 200,000 we're not just trying to survive. We're trying to end fights faster with constant extra damage. Upgrade number 2, we get more flexibility on helmet and boots. And upgrade number 3, we can add a potion and a bag, which means you don't have to do single runs and go back every time. At this price, Battle Axe is insanely good because it's forgiving. It clears fast, it sustains, and it rewards the exact type of fights we want in budget Corrupteds. For spells on Battle Axe, first Q, second W, and first passive. Game plan is similar to the first build. We want to brawl, we want to avoid getting kited, and we want to out-sustain. But the difference is, with Poison Potion and Assassin Shoes, we're able to all in a lot harder. Hold your boots until they sprint or until you know you can stay in range. If you can't stay on top of them, you don't win, so boots timing is everything. Now 200k is where budget builds start feeling real, but the 300k set is where you start beating people who are actually geared. Alright, build number 3, the 300k set. This is what I'd call a true budget build. At this point, you've got enough silver to make a bunch of different sets. But this one is one of the most consistent in the meta right now. And if you want the full guide on how to play it, combo, matchups, everything, check out my last video. This is the budget version. The biggest upgrade at 300,000 is you can afford Smuggler Cape, and you can run 2 Poison Potions. That extra 750 damage swing is enough to turn almost any fight. You also have more room to spend on the weapon, but Spiked Gauntlets are perfect here because they're easy to execute and don't have many nightmare matchups. For spells, we'll run 4th Q, 4th W, and 4th passive. This setup lets you interrupt, stun, and burst them exactly when you want to. Simple game plan. Inspect for reflex and boots, don't waste your burst, and when they commit, poison and punish the trade. Easy money. Alright, now let's get into the 400k build. Alright, build number 2, the 400k set. This setup has been all over the 1 versus 1 meta lately. Spectre Hood plus Soldier Armor for the double heal. And the best part is this isn't locked to one weapon. This works with basically any weapon that likes to brawl. And even some that don't. But the reason I love it with Cursed Staff is simple. It gives you time. Time to stack multiple E's, then pop them when you're ready. And with Reliant Cape, you can do it almost instantly. They might have an answer for the first E-pop, but they usually don't have an answer for the second or third. If you're playing a melee brawler instead, you can run Smuggler Cape with these options I'm putting on screen. Same idea. Outbrawl them, then reset and win the second window. Abuse this build before the Soldier Armor nerf. But the 500,000 build is the one I recommend if you want the most consistent wins for the money. Alright, build number 1, the 500,000 tier, and this is where the budget strategy changes. At 500,000, we're not upgrading the armor set, we're upgrading the weapon. Because if you invest in a weapon that wins fights, you can keep the rest of the set cheaper. So when you do lose, you're not donating a fortune. And my favorite weapon for that is Sky Strider Bow. This weapon's whole identity is, you bait their commit, and then you fight them while you're literally untouchable. Here's the simple game plan. Step 1. Poke and slow them with your Q. You want them annoyed enough to finally commit. Step 2. The moment they try to close distance, you W. That's your reset button, and it keeps you in control of range. Step 3. When they fully commit their burst, you press E, go airborne, become invulnerable, and drop your damage while they can't touch you. And here's the Sky Strider secret. Don't spam all 3 shots instantly. Use the first 2, then hold the third shot as long as possible, because the third shot forces you back down. So, you're basically choosing how long you stay safe, and you're choosing when the real fight happens. Spec one of these high win rate weapons, run it with a cheaper set, and watch your win rate, and your silver, go up. Before you go try out these builds, quick budget tips that will save you a ton of silver. Number 1. On budget builds, you can sacrifice bag and even mount. But don't skip food. Food is way too much value for how cheap it is. Number 2. The cheaper the build, the more spec reliant it is. Don't judge a 100,000 set if you have no spec. Number 3. Have at least 10 sets worth of silver before you spam a tier. 100,000 set, have at least 1 million. 200,000 set, have 2 million, and so on. And if you don't have that yet, stick to Hunter Corrupteds, play safe, and farm up. Number 4. If you're learning a new weapon, don't test it in Stalker right away. Get at least 30 games in Hunter first so your combo timing is automatic. Last tip, always inspect before you commit. Look for reflex/purges and boots. Most budget sets die because people full send into a reflect. Alright, your turn. Comment your budget. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, or 500,000, and comment the weapon you main. I'll tell you which build fits you best. Subscribe for copy/paste mobile builds that win. This is a weekly series and your weapon could be next.